Hey everyone, hey and welcome back to yet another episode of BRR. It's your host Tom Kwei here. Today again we're doing yet another interview on the show, and love doing these. Please subscribe to the show. Please support us on Patreon, iTunes, leave a review on there. Go back through the archives. This is like episode, I think it's like 132, 133, something like that. So we've done a fuck ton of these now. And yeah, I'm joined by someone that, people maybe might not necessarily be aware of, but a guy that I'm a huge fan of. Someone breaking out of the Welsh scene, someone that was on the BRR event as well, amongst other things. Crash, how's it going, man?
I'm alright, bro. I'm the king of Wales, bro. You can introduce me as the king, bro. I'm the king warrior of Wales, me, bro. But yeah, no, I'm alright.
Are you
getting all this Christmas out the way?
Yeah. I mean, I should say at the time, recording's on the cusp of the festivities. Like, you say King of Wales, so obviously yourself, Rubik's is coming through as well. I mean, that battle needs to happen, right?
Do you know what? I was thinking that the other day. I said, I've had a good year this year, and so has Rubik's. And to determine the King of Wales, it'd have to be me and him, but I just claiming it now. It's mine, innit? Right. I'm King of Wales because I'm better than Rubik's.
Yeah, I think Rubik's lost today. Actually, I think he bowed at King of the Ronalds against Anubis.
Yeah, I think he choked.
Oh, he choked. Okay.
I choked my third round in the end of the Gab battle with DMAC, but
yeah.
I still think I'm levels above Rubik's.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll get to the Gab battle and all of that. But I mean, just before battle rap, even like rap, talk me through it. What were the early influences? How did you get into it?
See, battle rap was never my starting point. It was more I wanted to rap. I used to listen to Kano back in the day. It's a story I tell everyone. I used to listen to Kano, and even before I had instrumentals or anything like that, I was rapping over the Kano beats with Kano in the background, if you get me.
Right.
And then I did little bits and pieces growing up from the age of 11 till I think I hit 16 when I got to Cardiff, and my boy Jake the Ripper, he wanted to rap as well. So we used to go back and forth in the back of RE lessons and on break times and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day he said, "Yo, should we have a rap battle?" So I was like, "All right, then cool." We were young, we were nuts back then. Yeah. And I think I wrote about 7 bars, and this guy came with a whole page, and that was my first rap battle, and he bodied me. We were young, and it was just funny though. We were making all the boys laugh, there was a huge crowd around us, making everyone laugh. And then he started battling for Epic Bars. I think I went to 2 Epic Bars events, and the guy that runs it said, "Yo, you should battle." And I was like, "Nah, I'm not a battler." And he's like, "No, do it. You're a funny guy. Try it, innit?" So I thought, you know what? I seen Jake on the stage, and he used to he was having fun, just rapping at these men. And I was like, "Yo, I can abuse someone for a couple of minutes. I can rap. Do you know what I mean?" Yeah. So I tried it, and it just kicked off from there, really.
And what about people you enjoyed early on in battle rap? Were there any influences? Were there any people you were watching a lot? Or
I watched Jump Off on the on and off. Do you know what I mean? I used to see them clip up, and I think the first battle I ever watched truly was Mike Assassin versus Stig the Dump, because Ripper was hugely into Stig the Dump, and he used to play all his music, and he was like, "Yo, look at this rap battle." So I checked it, and then I just went back to watching and Archaic and people like that, What's His Face and stuff like that. And then Don't Flop started getting big at that time, so I just jumped on that and started watching loads of that and just loving it.
And we'll get to Jake the Ripper because he's quite an important figure, as you said. I didn't realise you guys went to school together. That's pretty cool. Yeah. But I mean, he battled Joker style early on. I think it's his third battle or something.
I think it was his third or fourth battle. Yeah. He had a little run where he had Joker style, and he had DK after that. He was just smashing it. It was natural to him. He was a dope rhymer. When we was in the studio, he was one of the best in the studio. And I think battle rap, he just transitioned really well.
And Epic Bars then, yourself, the first battle is against Eyez. And it's, a lot for instance,
Don't do like that, bro. We don't talk about that battle. I'm cool with Eyez, isn't it now? After a couple of years, we got friends, and then we got proper jokes and close to going out, and we're cool now. But yeah, that Eyez battle is difficult.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure though, because I battled myself and stuff like that, and it's my first battle was in some dingy Birmingham back room. But here, against Eyez, there's 150 people there. There's a lot of fucking people.
I think Evilla was there, Pamphlet and Stowaway were there,
Dots
and
was there.
Tenchu was hosted, and that was one of the biggest Epic Bars turnouts that we had during Epic Bar's time, if you get me.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it was going to be like you say, like a down and dingy couple of people. Nah. And I didn't realize it would be a stage setting, which I didn't prep for. I prepped for like a kind of like a battling ground, everyone not on top of a stage with everyone watching us. So it was it was bare pressure, and it was my first battle.
So Eyez knows I work in Nando's. So why is he bringing that beef when all I know is chicken? I said my fist start twitching when you talk about them fingers clicking and the coke you flipping. You're far from a gangster. You're a gassed up wanker. They be calling me EastEnders Christmas. Tonight I'm dating this actor.
It was a good learning curve. Like after I got that one loss after Eyez, I never wanted to lose again. That was my motivation. I'm never losing again.
And I mean, what was Epic Bars as well? Put it into context for us, because it was for a time quite a big league, right?
Epic Bars was the first Welsh battle league that was done properly, should we say. It was run with actual venues, because I know Wales had a couple of battles here and there, and they're on YouTube, but they're scattered around recorded off phones. And yeah, Jake was the editor, and Shady Next Man used to run it. And Shady was cool with Tenchu somehow. So we had Tenchu co-signing, which is good because we had loads of house parties after, and I had like Tenchu in my yard in a house party, just freestyling all night.
Oh man!
But yeah, and that's when it was like the first set stage we all had. Drew a crowd in to let battlers actually battle in front of a crowd instead of like one-on-one like me and Jake used to do, or like just monk. It was like
Mm-hmm.
It was the first league, and it was pretty decent at one point. Like you said, we had Joker Star, DK, Innuendo, Sprungy was on there.
Sprungy, yeah.
A couple of people. We
Yeah,
even had Ricky C on there.
Oh shit! Even Ricky C. Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, there was.
I mean, you know, you're certified when you got Ricky C touching that.
Well, I mean, you got to get Crisis as well, but yeah.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, as I say, there's a hell of a lot of people there. And in your first, you mentioned something that comes up a lot in the early battles, that you worked in Nando's at the time.
Yeah, I was working at Nando's. Do you know, I had a sick time in Nando's. I don't care. I had chicken like every shift. I was doing like full-time hours. And it was a chilling job, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not bringing it up to like shame you.
I was known for working in Nando's. I was quite popular in my teens and that. So like, it was like, yo, let's go Nando's to see Crash and stuff like that.
Right.
But then, yeah, I thought he's going to mention it. I've served him before. He's going to mention it. So I'll bring it up first.
Yeah. But I mean, the flow is strong. I think, you know, the presence is there. The technique is there. And as we say, there's a lot of people looking at you on your first battle as you're performing. There's little pauses and slip-ups, but I like the pause you have in the first, and then you say like, "Oh, there's 117 species of million species of animal."
Yeah,
I'm just thinking out which one is your mom or what like that. You get it back.
I don't even know how many species of animals in. I was just
that
like,
sounds like a lot.
Big number, bro. Just give him a big number, or say some we haven't found yet. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, no, that was my first flip. Yeah, I guess that was my first flip.
Yeah,
like the freestyle, because I freestyle on beat and in music, but with battling, it was only that battle and the OD battle that I flipped in, because I just concentrate on my written.
And I mean, in general, like with battle rap, what is your process for writing and rehearsing? Like, are you very disciplined? Are you last minute, or?
It depends on who I'm writing for, what I'm writing for. If it's a prime cut, then I usually tend to leave it less time than say when I came to battle on your league, or not your league, but your channel.
Yeah.
Or chalked out. Like in the chalked out ones and the Gift of the Gab. Well, the Gift of the Gab one I couldn't spend that much time on because I had 3 battles in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And like Sam Heights dropped out and title battling with Bristol. Title in Bristol. The title in Bristol one I wrote for quite a long. So it is quite a sharp. I'm not that disciplined when I start and I get the battle. And then when it gets into it, I'm like, all right, I got a couple weeks left. I got 6 weeks left, right? If we write for 2 weeks, we've got 4 weeks on performance then. And it's like, yeah, okay then. Because I'm quite animated on stage, and that is part of my writing process.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, as I say, there's a slip up in the first, slightly from you, the rescue with the animals mention. And then in the second, it seems like when Eyez sort of applauds with his gloves on, it sort of puts you off.
Yeah, it's kind of like, that was my first, like, when someone's tried to, like, I've seen people talking around, but that was just pure disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh my days. Don't hit him, it's a battle. Remember that, it's a battle.
I mean, what did you think of Eyez's performance?
Eyez was good. Eyez was great. See, when I came to Cardiff, there was already like a couple channels out, and Eyez was one of the certified people who was, when you talk about Welsh grime and Welsh hip hop from the young'uns, he was one of them. So I seen him quite a lot, And then when they put me against him, I was like, oh, at least they haven't given me someone that's new and not known, like, because I wasn't that known then. It was like they've given me someone which he's going to bring an audience for, so it's okay, instead of just like me a no name. But like, no, he did really well, like, and like since then, all his battles are worth watching, like, do you know what I mean? Because they're good fights. He puts up a good fight. It was a difficult opponent to be my first round, to be my first battle against. Sorry.
Yeah, he did do well. Yeah, he did do well, definitely. And, you know, he had the ability there. And one of the things I've noticed, Crash, is a lot of your opponents do come with a lot of bait, sort of race stuff. You know, your mum is a dumb slut who lives in a mud hut. Do you feel that's more pronounced because it's in Wales, or?
Like, this is one problem I have, like, is people say I use too many bars and not enough punches or wait for the drop. Sure. And that's because it's like you say, they are, and I've watched so much rap battle in my time, Tom. Yeah. I've watched so much rap battle, like Canadian, American, I'm all over that. I mean, and like the bait lines like that, they do kill me on stage when they get a reaction. I'm just like, that's so basic, like why? And like, but like, yeah, because it's a Welsh crowd and they're new to rap battle, I guess for them, they haven't watched as many battles as I have, so it's fresh for them. And like Epic Bars crowd and the Prime Cut crowd, we do get quite waved. So like sometimes it is easier to get them on your side with basic punches, because like that's what me versus Odie, my bars were better, but he had more basic punches, and it was like short and easy, if you know what I mean. And it was like, it wasn't hard. And you've heard something similar to it before, where when I write my stuff, I want it to be like near enough 100% all me. Like you haven't heard that from a, like there'll be some stuff that you say similar to some people, but like, look how many battle rappers there are, and there's only so many words. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but like, like I do. That's one thing that I do lack on, and I do get like. It's the only way sometimes I lose in sense is like people just like the funny stuff, and I don't really battle for funny stuff. Like I like a little couple of punches with jokes in it, but I like bars. I mainly like bars.
And I mean, yeah, Eyez, he does have the ability to sort of free within his verse in the second. You know, he's getting a lot of stuff off. Looks like Middle Earth. Every bar I drop now, this kid looks like he's hurt. And lips so big, Chapstick invented a spray, which gets a huge reaction as well. Slightly questionable. And yeah, he starts sort of mocking you. And as you say, yeah, in the judging, there's loads of people. They're Tenshu, Sprungy, Dots is there as well. Like, how are you feeling after the battle?
I was all right. Do you know what? Yeah, it was my first battle. It was going to be a hit or miss situation. I knew that from going into it, and it missed. But it just, like I said, since that battle, my motivation has been, you don't want that feeling again. We're not losing again. And I thought, I said in my next battle, Tenshu said I weren't ready, so now it's time to see me bar heavy or something like that to show him. Yeah, I've taken your advice on like all the judges said what they said, and it's like, right, I can either sit in piss and just like cry about it and be like, oh no, it's not for me, or I can just show him next time I was ready. It was just an off day at the office, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, it is hard. It is definitely hard to lift off with the tryout, and you know, some people have great tryouts, and then whatever, the rest of the stuff is a bit questionable. So I haven't seen the next battles versus Sanderson and Biggs, but I mean, talk us through them quickly. Like, how are these like recouping in terms of the Eyez battle?
So because of the Eyez battle, I just said, fuck this, I'm going to be real dangerous now. I'm just not going to mess about. So then I had to battle San, and I just 3-0'd him straight. But it was like, no, Sans was not a worthy opponent. Like,
sure.
It was a dead. It's not one of my most rewatchable battles. It's only a battle you'll watch if you're bored and you just want to watch me. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just an easy 3-0, and I wasn't proud of it because I think he stumbled in a lot of the rounds as well, and he wasn't the greatest battle to go against. But I just wanted to win. I just wanted to get a win under my belt. Then the Biggs battle, it was probably, this is where I started trolling at my most.
Right.
Because Biggs wanted to battle since the Eyez battle. Okay. Maybe even before the Eyez battle, I used to troll him a bit. And like, I went into this battle, like, there's no way he's winning. There is no way he's winning. If he wins, you're never going to live this down. And you probably should stop, because he is whack. But like, I wanted to actually roast and bury him, which happened 3-0, straight up.
Right.
And that's where I started getting cocky. And I was like, okay. Because in my first two battles, I think I went too many bars and not enough jokes. And I was like, okay, let's roast him with some jokes. And I was like, okay, we've got to start. We got this. We can step with this. Let's go.
And moving forward, then we have the introduction of Prime Cut, which
Yeah.
is a huge thing over in Wales. Like, talk to me about Prime Cut. If people don't know Prime Cut, that's the kind of the premier thing over there, right?
Prime Cut is, yeah, I think we are. I can say we are the only people that put battles on in Cardiff. Anyway, I think there's a Valleys one somewhere, but in Cardiff which is main central of Wales. Yeah. It's the main one. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like rap is full, I think, for Ireland.
Sure,
you get me?
sure. Yeah.
It's definitely. Not as big as England, so we ain't got that many leagues. But yeah. Prime Cut's good. And Prime Cut's good because when it first started, it had a mixture of the old MCs, like the old battle rappers from Cardiff that didn't really get the exposure and stuff, and then and Barry and surrounding areas like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it had we had like debuts as well. And I think the best thing about Prime Cut, literally, we don't have that many, is the grad clashes though. That's my favorite thing about Prime Cut. But yeah, no, Prime Cut's a good battle league.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing that fascinates me about battle rap and why I keep returning to it. All these minor leagues, and I don't mean that in a negative sense or whatever, but just kind of lower leagues. Like you mentioned US Canadian battle rap before. Like, all you need is a video camera and a YouTube account, and you can set up a league, and you just find all these. Like, I didn't realize Shorgy Bear battled on Prime Cut. I need to watch that.
You know about Shorgy Bear? Yeah. She started on Epic Bars as well.
Oh shit!
Shorgy Bear was about
because I mean, most people know her from the Don't Flop poetry event. I think she battled Quill. I think
she battled Quill, and I think there was another one or something similar. And
I think she battled Lazy. Yeah, she battled Lazy. Yeah.
That hasn't come out.
No, it hasn't come out. No, but so Prime Cut is there again. So, for anyone who's not aware, it's a good league over in Wales, and definitely go and subscribe there. So the first battle that I want to talk about with you on Prime Cut is the Slick Tricks battle.
Did you watch that battle?
Yeah, how was this battle for you?
This battle is in my battle career, I'd say it was my first actual debatable, where it's like, I say he say he won, the judges say he won, but the judges were all drunk. Do you know what I mean? And I say, if we're watching it bar for a rap battle, I won that. I won that. But then people will tell me that he won it or thing. But personally, when I watch it back, I say I won that battle. He was talking about Natasha Bedingfield and dumb shit like that, and he used bait bars, and it was just like, that was easy writing compared to my writing. And at that end, did you see the background nigga scheme? Like, that went off. Like, you know what I mean? That was a room shaker. That he didn't have any real room shakers. Like, he was calling me Drake. I don't look anything like Drake.
No,
you know what I mean,
no.
They were just punches that they could have been used for anyone. Like,
to me, that was just a Welsh guy just seeing you and saying, "Okay, it's Drake." It wasn't really that kind of. There wasn't any nuance. Yeah, there was. I guess, one slight criticism, because I did think you win, and I do agree. I did think his stuff was more broad, but perhaps you need to slow down the flow a little bit. It was quite difficult to catch at times what you were saying.
I know that is one Achilles heel that I do have. I don't know what it is about battling. I just get really excited. You know what I mean? Like, and I sometimes just get too excited, but like, I don't know. It's one thing I know I got to work on, and it is one thing that everyone says. But mate, that's mainly it. Like, you know what I mean? I got bars, I got jokes. It's just performing and just getting the 3 rounds out. But my flow is quite speedy, and I do it. It's just one thing I need to work on. If I perfect that, then I reckon I can be up there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, the Slick Tricks battle is basically about 2 years or so after the Eyez battle, so you've been battling a little while. I mean, was there any ambition to get on any of the UK leagues? Have you tried to get on Don't Flop at this point, or?
Nah, not at this point. Like, I'll tell you if we go through these things where I started. I didn't want to go on Don't Flop. I'll tell you why I didn't want to go on Don't Flop. It was because I didn't want to go on Don't Flop as a debut with 1 or 2 battles under my belt, and then go over to Don't Flop, and then people will be like, "Oh, rah, Crash is good. Let's watch his other battles." And then there's just 2 battles there. Right. My plan was always to have a bit of a catalog with Prime Cut, and then build up a catalog, and then come over to England, if you know what I mean. Like, so then when they saw me on like Chalked Out, people were checking my other battles, and it was like, okay, you got about 7 battles. This is what we can watch. It was a way to utilize it more, if you get me.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that makes sense. And haven't seen you versus Jimbo Slice. I mean, it's only got 265 views. I think it's your
See, that was me and Jimbo went to school together again with Ripper,
right.
and we're just good friends. Like, do you know what I mean? He was over my house every other day. Like, do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like growing up, and like, yeah, even to our adult life now, like we just been close. And like, it was for a Get Toasted event because one of our DJs, Brave Toaster, R.I.P. to my man there, yeah,
Right.
he died, and so we wanted to raise some money, so we threw together a prime cut, and me and Jimbo were just sat block up one day, and we were like, "Yo, should we just battle like one round, like nothing personal, no, just pure jokes, just to see who would win?"
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, yeah. So like we both wrote a round and came to that day, and it's just one of them battles where it's just a filler battle. It was just literally to raise some money for the homeboy for his funeral.
Right.
And it was fun. It was one of my funnest battles, but it's not really an important battle. Like we didn't take it too seriously. We were just joking on each other.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. And as we push into 2016, again, I want to focus on the 2-on-2 in a second, but one of the 2-on-2 that you face Souljah and T-Rev. You faced T-Rev solo. This came out in May 2016.
Souljah is Jimbo Slice as well. Just for the record.
Yeah, because you mentioned the name change in the 2-on-2, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jimbo was Souljah.
Oh,
My man was finding himself. And his battle name.
I mean, it's a small scene over there, like.
Yeah.
So how was the T-Rev clash?
T-Rev was a fun clash because I met T-Rev in Swansea for a Swansea event I think it must have been 2 months prior.
Mm-hmm.
And we met, and because there was a Swansea event before and he headlined it, but I didn't get to see him because I didn't go to that one. So the next one over, my boys were saying, "Yo, you got to meet Crash because you two will get on." And they were saying to me, "Yo, you got to meet this guy called T-Rev." So I was like, "Cool." So we went up to Swansea's on second event.
Yeah.
I'm like, within like half an hour of speaking to this guy, we just got on like a house on fire. Like we became good friends from that one night, and like many nights since then, I've been up there and he's been down here. Like we link up all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, "I want to battle," and I was like, "Yo, I'll battle you for your first battle." And he was like, "Go on in." But because we were drinking a lot back then, we were like, "Let's make it a drinking battle." And every time someone hits a punchline in the crowd, we got a drink. But I think we just end up drinking anyway as well. We were just getting drunk in that battle, and it got cool to drinking battle. But no, that was a fun battle to do.
Yeah, I mean, the next battle that T-Rev's involved in, with T-Rev and Souljah or Jimbo Slice versus you and Jake Ripper.
Hook and stop, never go down when I should have took a loss. Bet on myself and won cause Butcher boss. Well, you two pain in the asses like Butcher's watch.
T, you look up to me. I'm brother, I'm on it. But think me a Wallace. Brother gets shaken for $5.
And son, you fucked. You won't beef with us when we both like that bloody as fuck.
And this is why I'm doubting off our foes, because they don't even know the scene to the movie, yet they want to go toilet, start powering up their nose.
And check this, I'm a fast driver, extremely gifted. So I'll get issues in a cheeky visit. You got a problem, I'm Winston Wolf and here to fix it. Because you two got on a nice date.
Aww.
Then one of you always ends up in the right state.
Every time.
Finally teaming up. Watched this a little while ago. Really enjoyed this battle. I think this is a highly underviewed battle as a majority of your clashes.
This is a real good battle.
Yeah,
like the Pulp Fiction scheme.
Yeah, love that.
Pulp Fiction.
Yeah. I mean, you guys go in on Tarantino as a whole, like, you know. But I thought you guys together were a great team. I know that Dub Scandal are doing like a 2-on-2 tournament, and I appreciate it's very difficult from Cardiff to get there and stuff like that. But I'd love to see you guys.
Travel ain't a thing. We can travel out here. It's no problem. We can travel if it's worth traveling for. But yeah, me and Ripper think we'd run through Dub Scandal. To be honest, there's no one on there. Maybe the only person I see as a hard person to battle on Dub Scandal at the moment is that Eyez brother. Apart from everyone else.
Oh, shit. I thought you were going to say like Maverick or something. I didn't realize. I think you were going to say.
Nah, they can all get run through, Tom. I'll run through all of them.
You need to enter
Rubik's
this
gets on
tournament.
well with there.
Yeah.
But like I'd run through Rubik's if you know what I mean. So like there's no apart from Eyez because he's smart with it. He's very smart and intelligent guy. Yeah. And I rate that. Some of them are alright. I haven't watched all of them. Like I haven't really watched the Maverick guy, if you know what I mean.
Okay.
I've watched some, but everyone I've seen on there, there's been no threat there.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, you and Jake together, like obviously you had this back of the RE classroom, you battled in school and stuff. But like you can tell you're friends. Like you have a really good chemistry.
Yeah, like because I watched Jake do it, and then I thought I'm not being Jake's underman. There's no way I'm being like, oh, Jake did it first, and you followed on. I said, watch, I'm gonna kill my own people. You know what I mean? And then when me and Jake battled, that was it for me. I knew if I could beat Jake, then I could come over here, and it was time to come over to England, if you know what I mean. and play with like the internationals or whatnot. Do you know what I mean? And then so I beat him, and I was like, yo, fuck that. Everyone can get dead now. So I don't really see that many people as a threat, Tom. It depends who I'm writing for. Do you know what I mean? But like, yeah, with Ripper, I reckon we could be the best 2-on-2 in Britain. Still there? Oh snap!
Oh, yo, can you hear me, man?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me, bro?
Oh, you're back. Sorry, I don't know what
sorry.
happened.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. So, I'll just edit it out. It's no problem. So I know, a lot of people listening now or listening in the future, you know, half these battles probably haven't seen, but I want to urge people to go and watch you and Jake versus Souljah and T-Rev. I had an absolute, ball watching this battle earlier. And again, as I say, I think you two together are a force to be reckoned with. And what I really enjoyed about this clash was it wasn't just, like a lot of 2-on-2s can be where you do a verse, like Lunacy and Matter, for example.
It's never our intention to do that.
Yeah, you're like line for line.
We did it better at the end. We both wanted to. We both wanted to like bounce off each other because we knew that way it's just slaughter. Like, do you know what I mean? If we could do it that way, we could just slaughter, man. But at the end, I think we both wanted. We have like it's not even that many bars. I don't think it's just a little 1 minute and a half to ourselves to just bar out at the end.
Yeah,
where he goes first and then I go first. But that's the only time in the battle we wanted to do that. Everything else we just wanted to double on, show the performance. We wanted to show the performance, show the connection.
And the energy from both of you, the atmosphere, it all compounds into a really, really fun watch. And, shout out to Souljah and T-Rev as well. But I don't think their material necessarily connected as much as you guys.
No, you could, I think if it was against anyone else, then it would have shown more. But because me and Jake shined so hard with it was literally move for move, you know what I mean? It was there was nothing ever missed. It was it just showed that they maybe wasn't as prepped or their flow looked a bit different or off. But I reckon they would be a good team against someone else. It's just that me and Jake always wanted to 2-on-2, and we still want a 2-on-2, but it's just hard to find a 2-on-2. I don't think we want to do this tournament, but we'll have a one-off 2-on-2 again.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find. I tried asking Neil free and shit like that, but their card was full. So
yeah, that's a good shout actually. That would have been fun. I mean, they were kind of besotted with the Irish guys, and I mean, a lot of them sort of bombs, to be honest. So maybe a 2-on-2 would have been good there. But whatever, hindsight and shit like that.
I really wanted to hit the Neil free.
Neil free, yeah.
Then I could have been this year. I've been on so many stages that you cannot fuck with me. You can't, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know how to pander to all the crowds now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, you've been on the BRR stage, bro. That's the biggest stage.
That's what I mean, bro. That's exclusive. You know what I
mean? But and you and Jake, as you say, did a lot of the Pulp Fiction, Tarantino stuff. Is that what you're into personally?
Yeah, we like a lot of old films, and that's one of the ways we bonded is because we both seen different selections of films, and that's what we used to do is just get blocked up and watch loads of films and that. So and that's one of our top 10 films. That's one we used to watch quite a lot together. So we just and we love Tarantino. He is one of the best directors.
Oh, come on, yeah.
In all ages.
And, we get a lot of fucking Toy Story bars crash in battle rap, but I love Jake, the call me Andy, what's that, all my toys speak?
Toys speak. That's one of the ones who was just we loved it. He knew it because I wanted to do gun bars. Jake's not too much. He'll do one or two.
Right.
But I just like gun bars. That's my thing. I don't think you have to use them to and when people say you don't use guns, but I use a gun, and it's you both just do the bar, innit? It's a gun bar. I'm not gonna shoot you over battle rap. That's it. That's not what a gun is for. Do you know what I mean? Just enjoy the bar. But I was let's do gun bars and let's make it cool. And that's why we do the extend that clip, bud. Extend that clip, blood, and I clap his hand and go and give him one extra, the chromosomes. You know what I mean? That was it. And his Toy Story, we soon wrote that. We knew Room Shaker there. Room Shaker.
Yeah. Great bar. Great battle. Again, people go back and watch this clash. So the next one I want to focus on is you versus Jake, actually. You guys battled in a 1-rounder. This was the Surplus Festival, is that right?
Surplus. Thank you. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is this? Is this a
boom bap? And it was like, no, it's not boom bap. It's
yeah. Is it like the Welsh boom bap? Is that what it is, or?
I don't know what it was, Tom, bro.
Right,
Man just said, look, listen, we're battling in a festival, and I said, all right, then cool. That sounds fun.
Yeah. I mean,
and it was against him, and he done a war dub against me, and that pissed me off. Yeah. I was like, nah, I'm gonna hurt you now.
I mean,
did you watch that battle?
Yeah, I watched the battle. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I mean, it's the last battle of the day. Ripper is introduced as undefeated, the founder of Prime Cut. The man with the mouth is how you're introduced here as well.
That was one of the first losses in Wales as well. And I was and these are one of my best boys. I got a smile about that some days. Like, you know what I mean?
There's still fire in this battle. Like, I like how you start with the compliments. First Epic Bars champion, etc. Lots of insider info. Yeah. You mentioned Stevie from Malcolm in the Middle, which in my eyes is one of the GOAT TV shows.
Oh my God, yeah, true, yeah,
like,
true.
Jesus,
Stevie,
if you're a certain age and you're doing Malcolm in the Middle bars, like they're gonna pop.
You've got it,
yeah. Blade across his chest, like I'm trying to play a violin. Nasty imagery.
And that's what I mean, Tom. I don't know why they're not looking at me, but I think it's come too cocky on the forum sometimes.
Right.
Like, people just don't like me, but like, fuck them.
I love that forehead is where the forehead in.
Forehead is where the forehead in. Do you know what I mean? Like, not to gas my own writing, but it's like I write bars that I just want to hear, like, do you know what I mean? That make a good performance. It's not always about winning. With Jake, it was a bit about winning with Jake, because it was like bro rivalry. It was all about putting on a good show, and I know Jake was one of the best in Wales, so everyone expected Jake to win. So when I won, I was even more happy, because it was like, people got to say, yo, I thought Jake was going to win.
And I love the close to your first, the close to your round, make him look good by calling time.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll give it to you, bro. Have some more.
Yeah.
Have it. I got more for you, but have it.
And I mean, it's not to say that Jake doesn't have stuff here, but I do. I just feel like you outshined him a little bit.
That's it. If Jake was against anyone else, I think it would have been good. But like I say, the energy I put into this battle, this was one of the battles in my collection of battles that I wanted to write for and kill.
And we mentioned it before. I haven't seen the clash. You versus Odie. Odie is an old school Welsh name. I mean, Odie, a lot of people will know he's the guy that fucking Yunnan tried out against. Like,
you battled against Yunnan. It's mad that.
Yeah, that is great. I mean, when I had Yunnan on the show, we went through that battle in depth. Definitely go back and listen to that episode. Odie was on Don't Flop a lot back in the day. I'm talking like 2010.
2-on-2 in as well.
Yeah. He was with Innuendo. He did a lot of 2-on-2s with Innuendo. He battled Evil Eyes. He actually battled Innuendo himself on Epic Bars. Battled Jake the Ripper, you mentioned before.
Saw that battle.
Yeah, he battled Hulk. It just got re-uploaded actually on Kruger's channel.
That was Cardiff. I missed that.
Yeah. That was a little while ago. I think it was like 2014 or something like that. So, you versus Odie then. I mean, a big name in the Welsh scene.
Yeah, Odie is one of the top 5. Like, so I knew if I could beat Odie, then I'd or not even beat Odie. Like, if I could like be on par with Odie, that would put me in a strong top 5. Do you know what I mean? And I did. It was an excellent battle. Like, once again, we're at that situation where bar for bar, I kill it. He panders to the crowd so much, and I found out through a source that I'm not going to mention. Sure. Half of the crowd were his workmates. And then man working in an office building. So like the punches he was using and the reaction he was getting didn't make sense to me on the night. And then someone told me that, and I thought, that's dead, because all his workmates are in the front row.
Yeah.
And it's like all the true battle heads are in the back. And like, he did do good. Don't get me wrong. Odie was not going to be an easy task, but that did not help. But it was the first battle I flipped in, and I was proper proud of myself.
Okay.
And like, all my bars were clean, so I was happy with my performance. That's a battle I can watch back and not be like, oh, nah. Like, I was fighting back. But it's a good Welsh battle as well to watch.
Yeah, I'll definitely have to check that one out. Yeah, I do really, really like Odie. And you were, am I right in thinking, in terms of my timelines, you were on Chalked Out around this time? Was that like square one?
Yeah, that was, I think it was 2 weeks 2 weeks after OD, I had Stray, something like that. But I ripped for them both at the same time because I wanted to show off at Square One. I was like, it's like Square One was like the PGs, if you would, of Chalked Out and whatnot. And I thought, fuck it.
And am I right in thinking that none of the battles from Square One have dropped?
No, none of them. No. Sorry, no. One's on the what's it called? Battle. How do you watch the battles? Battle rap.
The live thing or the pay-per-view?
Yeah, that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that one. When you buy it, the video on demand. When you buy it, it's like it's got Gemini versus Dialect on it as well.
Okay.
And it's proper edit and stuff. And then, but that dropped. But like, none of them was dropped. And it's quite long because I feel bad for Stray because Stray's had like at Battle Rap Resume, he didn't do so good.
No.
But me and Stray battle of the day.
That's what I heard. Like I remember,
he livened up that room like.
Yeah. I remember like Nathan, who does all the thumbs and stuff. Like I remember he was raving about your battle, and loads of people were.
He loved it. Everyone loved our battle. It's because, and it helped because I was not coming to play. He was not coming to play, and like it seemed like everyone on site that day took it lightly.
Yeah.
So like it helped us even more because it was like I think there was like 2 battles before us, and like it was like it's one of these events. It's one of these events.
Sure.
Rah, these 2 brothers are going at it. Like everyone wanted a 3rd round as well, which we both wanted to write for 3 rounds, but like for some reason they made ours 2 rounds, and like everyone was like that was the battle that should have had 3 rounds in it.
Yeah, it's frustrating. I think Chalked Out have got a big plan for 2019. Maybe they're sort of planning a lot of uploads, but it's just like. Respect the MCs, you know what I mean? You guys put the time in, put the effort in. People say this is a fucking great battle. Put it on YouTube. Like, come on.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, I don't.
Even the video on demand version, like I can still watch that.
Yeah.
But I can't share it.
Yeah, exactly. You.
But no, it's a good battle and it's pending, isn't it? I just say it's pending.
Okay.
Like my title battle on Don't Flop, that's pending. That'll be pending for a while, blood.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about that battle as well. Like, I was hearing Tidal did well in the clash. Like, how was it from your end?
See, from my end, I could have done better, but I still did real good. Mm-hmm. Tidal, he had an objective to go into this battle and raise his voice a little bit more, like from his last battle against, I think it was Scams.
Yeah,
I think his last battle before, or did he have? I don't know if he had Academy then or whatnot. But yeah, his objective was to raise his voice, and to be fair. He smashed that objective and he raised his voice. But I can't remember all of his bars going back. But like, I felt like it's a debatable. Once again, we got to get rid of 2-round battles, yeah? I'm not writing any 2-round battles because I think he had 1 round and I had 1 round. And it was clear that I had 1 round, he had 1 round. So like, I don't know. It depends on the crowd and what you liked. But if we had a 3rd round, it could have been decided then. But it was a good battle. Like, I don't know how the other debut went on the other... It was a tour, wasn't it? It was a 10th birthday tour. I don't know how, but that was a good battle. And the battle before, Loxy versus Rabdor, was a good battle as well.
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I heard that was a good clash.
Shalgi battled Mickey Worthless at that event, and I was mad because I went to school with Shalgi again.
Right.
Most of the top rappers went to school together.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But so it was nice seeing Shalgi in Bristol, because we were in a little squad, the Firm together. That was like me, Ripper, our man Joey G, rest in peace, Procky and Shalgi. That was us because we all grew up together and we was having house parties together. We were just a firm team. But it was nice to see off our own merit because she moved to Bristol for uni. I don't know where she is now, but yeah, she was at the event and I was at the event, and it was just nice to see that. Yeah,
that's great, man. And I mean, the next clash. It's kind of weird, really. I've done this show for years, gone through all these battles. This is the first battle I've ever gone to that was Battle Rap Resume's own event.
Show you how Marvel Universe ain't got shit on one goddamn Super Saiyan. Every bar I drop in this park gonna be a motherfucking Super Saiyan. I roll up on this dude in this homeless shelter, knock that bowl out his hand like, hey yo pussy, yo, I don't care for what the Super Saiyan, hey yo straight, hey yo straight. Because after that they knew I said fuck build ups, it's energy straight from the get go. No more of them long pauses, bruh. This is the closest you're gonna get to an international. Give it your best, bro. Your girlfriend whining in my ear, get the same old beat like techno. I asked your Irish ex missus if she missed Brown Boy, she said feck no. What?
You open the event against Marvel. I mean, thanks again, man, for being part of it.
Are you gonna upload the interview? We did an interview.
Yeah.
And it was fun. You need because you did the highlight reel, and I thought it was gonna be in that. I watched it a couple of days in work. a couple of days ago in work, and I thought it was gonna be in that, but it wasn't. But that interview you had after, where Marvel was like, I think you said, do you prefer being in the battles or on the battles? And he was like, no, after this I'm going back in the crowd. Like, I was like, nah, you can't die like that, bro.
They're somewhere. I think Nathan has them. I agree. I sort of forgot about them a little while, but yeah, we did. I mean, we basically Battle Resume in the park for everyone listening. We did do all the interviews after each clash with me interviewing the MCs, and yeah, you're right. They were really funny, so I need to get my hands on them and definitely upload them. But I mean, this was a bit of a different environment. An outdoor environment. Like, what was your impressions of the battle of the day? Like, how did you find it?
I didn't see Hulk versus Frankie or Evil versus McSherry because I had to go and it was raining, Tom.
Yeah.
So, there's only so much love I got, man. And I stayed for a bit after the battle because I was first one, but it was raining and we had to get to Cardiff, like, you know what I mean? But no, it was. I liked it personally. I liked it. It was a different environment, like you say. I didn't think, when else am I going to battle in a park? Like, you know what I mean? Might as well do it. And it was good exposure. Like, I liked the show. I watched the show. So, and I wanted a battle rap resume back then as well. And I thought, what if I battle for him? You got to give me one too.
I mean, this is proof.
On the day, I was like, yo, where's my battle rap resume?
No, if you want to get on the show, you got to battle for me. That's pretty much it, yeah. But I mean, in terms of the battle itself, which again is weird, I watched it about this afternoon and I'm in the fucking front, and like, you know, you mentioned Shorgy and Jake the Ripper, like some of the people I went to secondary school are in the back as well. Shout out Ryan and Danny and everyone else there and stuff.
Okay.
I mean, you know, Marvel did have a few slip-ups. He wasn't necessarily as prepared, and you were just a bit more polished, and I thought you just won out through prep and quality of material.
I just wanted to really show off, because like that was like basically the Chalk Tower battle. I thought was going to be a lot more liver, and I thought there was going to be a lot more names in there than actually were. But it was on the same day as a Premier Battles. I can't remember, I don't know which one it was, but it was on the same day as, I think it might have been the Academy as it goes. So there was a chance that not many people were going to be there and everyone was going to be at PB.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, but there's still a chance that a few names would be in there. I think like Willsy was in there. I can't remember who was in there. Danny Jack was in there. A few heads were in there, but not as many as I thought.
Sure.
So, but I still showed off. And this one, I thought a lot more would come again. Like Frost was there, and Frost was a G, and a couple of heads were there.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't get to see her, I saw Danny Jack there. Some man them like that, yeah. But like I thought there were just gonna be heads there, and I was like, yo, you need to start recognizing, bro. Wales got bars, bro. Especially Crash the King, bro. You know what I mean? So that's whenever I come, like the Gift of the Gab battle, I wrote my hardest bars in them to show off and be like, listen, you need to come and watch over here. We got some battlers over here, and I'm just one of the warriors that will come over here and fuck y'all up.
One of the big leagues, like your Code Red or Chalked Out, just do a Welsh event. Like, you know, there's some big names like yourself, like Rubik's, like Jake, like, you know, put you against some of their MCs.
Brave McGraw, yeah, is I haven't battled Brave yet because I still got some shit to learn, like, you know what I mean? Because Brave is just one of the funniest guys. He battled Zayn Azrai when Zayn was over here. It was his last battle. He was in Wales and he battled Zayn. So when that battle drops, hopefully more people will see him. But he's battled Sprungy on Epic Bars, and that was a great battle.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, he just gets so overlooked. But yeah, there's Odie still overlooked. Like, I know we took a bit of time off, but yeah, there's a lot of us over here, and we're ready to kill. Like, especially like, I don't know, so start getting, so we'll book people, and it's like, if they're worth putting time and money into it, we'll have them over here in Prime Cut. But I don't know. I just try. That's why I'm going over there and just trying to drag man back. Just killing down their players and trying to drag them back and saying, "No, watch us."
And what were your thoughts on the Marvel battle itself?
That was a body, bro.
Yeah. That
was such. I don't know. Do you know what? I wasn't going to be that cocky, and then after the interview, I just had to laugh to myself when he was like, "No, I don't want to be. I don't want to be on." I was like, "Oh, if I can kill someone to say that on camera." We can keep on doing this, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you know, he still had good stuff, Marvel. Absolutely. You know,
he had one or two lines that I liked.
Yeah, he did.
But y'all took out that choke as well. He had so many more chokes. You took out about 8 minutes of his choke. I swear he choked for about 10 minutes. Oh, that that choke felt a lot longer than it was, or I'm pretty sure it was a long ass choke and it's not all in the video.
Yeah. We did. Nathan did take out some of the stuff.
He was choking for time, bro. I even said, nah, listen, time, bro. Yeah. He had like a round and a half worth of choke, like, and he was like, this is too much now. Where's the time guy?
Yeah. No, I feel that. So we had the Marvel battle. Definitely go check that out on the Battle Rap Resume channel. And then we had the title clash, which hasn't dropped. And you know how is. There's been fucking hundreds of events that have happened, and very few.
It was such a good night though. There was like, I think the whole venue was packed out. There was like
I heard that it was. I heard Canel.
It was a good event, and it was a good battle. And Tidal's it's not like Tidal's a dead character in the Battle League. So it's like when it does drop, people still want to watch it anyway. It's not like one of them battles you have to watch straight away, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. I heard Zayn versus Canel apparently was crazy.
That was hilarious. That was so funny. Oh my god. Zayn was holding a picture up of Canel. Spoilers for the battle, yeah. But he was holding a picture up of Canel. I think he was in a coma or something, I'm not sure. Right. But like, he was holding it up for 10, 15 minutes before the battle started and just waving it around, and just to see Zayn Azrai do that, it's just funny to watch. And both of them are like comedians, like, so yeah, it was a good battle.
Yeah. Shout out to Zayn every time. Had Zayn on for Mastermind that we did for part of Don't Flop's 10th anniversary at the Reading event. That should be on the Don't Flop channel. Should be on there now if you listen to this battle. So if you haven't watched that already, go check that out with Impact and Sean and Mickey Worthless. So the last battle we got to focus on just came out. I mean, this battle came out, I think, about a week ago.
See me come to England, kill, home to Wales. Come to England, kill, home to Wales. Do you see the cycle? He has no one on his back, he is no one's idol. I do this to get the voices in my head, outside my head. I'm an original psycho, so all that BRR shit, well, I don't believe D-Max, so he's back with your fucking cheek smack. Have him crying to his mama like, the big man wouldn't give me my sweets back. So, yo,
You versus D-Mac. Now, D-Mac is a guy that I'm a big fan of. Like, I remember first seeing him at UKBL, at the Bloodline event, an event that never got released, where he bodied Woby Tide. I was really impressed by the guy, Manchester hailing. And, saw him at Next in Line 3 as well. I thought he bodied Hades. So this was quite a cool clash, I thought, on paper, like when this got announced for the United card. How are you feeling going into this?
Do you know what? See, I watched D-Mac. I think I watched him. Which one did I watch him on? The Academy one first, didn't it? And like, watching him with no intention of battling him, I was like, this is kind of like my style, if you get me. It's big, it's aggy, it's aggressive, and it's shouting like at your opponents. But not only that, there are bars in there that people have to concentrate to watch. So like, I put a status up saying, me and D-Mac would be a crazy UK URL battle, and that was before like Summer Madness 8 was announced or anything. I just put it up on Facebook, and then that came around, and Snoop was like, "Yo, I want you to battle on Gift of the Gab. I've been watching a couple of battles." I was like, "Yo, that's cool." And I was like, yo, what about grabbing D-Mac? Because I know D-Mac was no-showed a one-shot event against Bracy. So I was like, I know he wants to go in there. So, and then he was like, he messaged me back going, bro, that was your opponent anyway. That was the person I was going to put you against anyway. Yeah. And I was like, no, this brother can get it though. Because he reminds me a lot of myself and like how I like to watch battles. So I knew me and him were going to be a good battle because we didn't know each other before we were going to battle as well. It was just, as soon as we got confirmed for the battle, we both had the same attitude of, yo, this nigga's my rival. It's the PGs as well, do you know what I mean? We were told Smack and that was going to be in the venue, but they wasn't. But it was still a sick night anyway, and it was the best crowd I think we both had rapped in front of. There was no pandering our styles. There was no trying to change it up. We were just both going at each other's throats with 100% bars.
Yeah, this is a great battle.
There was no personals in there at all. Like.
No. And I mean, yeah, as I say, Manny Halen is D-Mac. I want to give a big shout out to Jonathan Smith as well, who's on camera rocking the Battle Rap Resume t-shirt, which is great to see. I spoke to him after the event because me and him went to Summer Madness 8 together the day before. And he was saying that there was quite a slow pace to the event, like there was big breaks between battles.
It's a smack event. See, I'm one of the people in Wales. I'm probably one of 7 people that watch Smack. But that is my favorite league to watch. So I understand that battles take about an hour and a half just to happen,
Sure.
and that's just 3 rounds of each. So I've seen like Twitter updates and shit of smack battles being long. So I expected that from that event. I expected to be exact how he does it in the USA. I didn't expect that didn't expect there to be so many people though. And like apparently these people that were there never heard of most of the Don't Flop rappers or
Right.
UK battle. They just watch Smack, and that's quite a cool audience. So hopefully they watch Gift of the Gab, because I reckon Gift of the Gab is the closest. It's like the UK Smack in a way.
Yeah. And I think there was a lot of people. A lot of people thought they were going to see Twerk versus Templar Surfer Kid, and
Yeah, I got announced. Like,
yeah.
I like.
I mean, it's I don't really know what happens. Apparently, Twerk wasn't clear on what was going down and just left. And I mean, yeah, who knows what the fuck was going on? But let's focus on this battle. And I mean, fair to say that in terms of aggression, in terms of putting it on you, I mean, you never really faced someone like D-Mac. Like, you know, he really was pretty forward.
My guy, you know, yeah, he's a smart brother. Like like I was trying to ignore it, but I couldn't ignore it, because when we were standing there, it was like one battle happened, and then it was like Crash and D-Mac's happening right now, and then everyone just cleared out the room for some reason. Like, do you know what I mean? I think they were confused or they didn't hear it, so then we had to wait 10 minutes for everyone to come back in the room, and like the whole time I was standing there going over my bars. This nigga was walking circles around me in the room and trying to barge my shoulder, and I was just getting vexed. But I didn't want to show I was vexed, because I knew that's what he wanted. But man was vexing me still. Right. And it's just, he was very, very smart, and he was proper aggressive. My man was on hunting mode. I couldn't give him that. He was on hunting mode. But that battle, it was like if I got all 3 rounds out, because I think I cut a minute on each round. But like, if I got all 3 of my bars out, 3 of my rounds out, and then I would have cleared him. But it was because I was concentrating so much on just matching his aggression and like not being pushed around. Because the reason I pushed him in the battle as well is because there was a camera right by like the corner, and my man was going to push me in the corner. I'm like, nah, bro, listen, back up, bro. Do you know what I mean? Right. I understand you're trying to do this thing where you're intimidating me. It's not intimidating me, but I don't want to push over Bagnall's camera. Do you know what I mean? I'm not paying for that shit. Do you know what I mean? So I just had to pushing back. It was like that Rivers jumped in the middle. Like, it was just fun. Do you know what I mean?
No. And I mean, you dap each other up, and like, there's clearly respect between the both of you, sort of thing. And look, D-Mac killed it in this battle, as he did the Hades battle. Again, I was really impressed by his performance, by his persona, by his delivery, by how captivating it was. I mean, you had the Jumanji bar in the second, which was fire, and I guess your rounds were just a little bit shorter than his were overall.
That's it. Like I said, I cut off a minute. I don't know what happened. I thought I was prepped, wasn't as prepped as I thought. In it, I had like I said, I had 3 battles that month, but I ain't making excuses. But like, it was just like I wasn't as prepped as I should have been. And he was killing it, like, you know what I mean? But I was still fighting. Like, you weren't seeing in my face that I was dying. I was just like, I just had to fight back, innit? And I think I got the 3rd round a little bit, because you can see in the whole 2 rounds he's trying to verse me. He's proper aggressive. And in the 3rd, I dropped the beep, 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 and even he had to respect that, because he knew that was a fucking room shaker. Do you know what I mean?
And he gets the Don DeMarco horn as well. It kind of surprises everyone in the 3rd.
I think the DJ spilled his drink, to me. I think he knocked it over, because that wasn't even a punchline or anything. Man was warming up his 3rd, I think.
Yeah.
And that just surprised everyone. Everyone was like, "What the fuck was that?" Oh, true, we doing them, because they weren't done for any battle. There was no Don DeMarco for any battle.
Yeah.
People screaming in the audience, of course.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone's sort of bemused and confused when he goes down. So yeah, I think you're right. But this is what people wanted.
Because he was about to say some shit. He was going to say some hard shit.
Yeah.
And then he even threw him off. So it's like, whoa.
But I mean, you know, this is the sort of powerful stuff that people want to see. There's some great energy between you. The audience were getting hyped off it, and you know, that's your last battle of the year. We're recording this pretty much at the end of 2018. So, like, going forward, 2019, like, what's in store for Crash?
I don't even know how to say it. Like, basically, that was my last battle. I told Snoop and that, like, for 2018, that was my last battle. And I'm just going to spend, because I do music as well. So I'm like, yo, do you know what? I'm going to make a little product, make a little CD. So when I come to these battle events and I do battle again, I've got some product to say, yo, do you want this? Or like some clothing. Yo, do you want When I buy some of this, like, it looks dope, like, it sounds dope. Do you know what I mean? So I took a couple of months off. Now, I think, going into, like, 2019, I recorded the tune last week. It was pumping being in the studio again. I've just been writing loads of music. And then, like, but see, the thing is, like, I like battling. It's like distracting me a lot from making music because I like the feeling of battling. And, like, even the urge now, even though I stopped for a couple of months, I'm still hollering Snoop, like, yo, if I was to battle, who would you put me against?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I can make it happen. Like, I can break fast. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, but it has to be a battle worth doing, and that's what I'm gonna work on next year after I've made the music. Is only battling people that it makes sense to battle, or it puts me ahead. If you get me, I can't be asked battling no one new really. I think I've built my stock now, so roughly where I want it. There's still more potential out there, but like that's why I went on. Like my last 5 battles have been all on different stages, just to build up the catalog. You know what I mean? Just that little bit more, and to reach a wider audience as well. So when I do come around, I'm not 100% new. I've just done a battle before, but now I'm back, and I'm gonna take off this guy's head or this girl's head. We don't discriminate out here.
Right.
I want to battle a girl as it goes. It'd be madness.
You versus Loxy makes sense, I guess.
Kill Loxy, blood. I don't even rate Loxy like that.
Right.
She just got where she was because she was a girl. Let's put it clear.
All right.
I don't. Name me another girl that's active apart from Souljah, because Souljah kills it.
Oh, yeah. Lizzie C. I don't know if you know her. Rappers for. Yeah.
Is that it?
I think.
But she's quite new.
She is new. Yeah.
Quite new.
Yeah, they're kind of. They're kind of on the same. I mean, let's talk like who you want to
I
battle.
think Tidal's the better one. I think Tidal's the better sibling.
Yeah.
Loxy just gets the more attention. It's deep. It's deep like that. It's deep like that.
Yeah, talk about future opponents, then dream opponents. Who would you want to face in the UK?
My dream opponent would be like Summer Madness come back, and just that would be a dream. Like battling. When I told Ripper, when we first started battling and we got into Epic Bars, I was like, bro, one day I want to battle on Smack. And he was like, bro, you can go KOTD, that's realistic.
Right.
But battling on Smack, that's you got. And I was like, bro, one day I'm going to battle on Smack. Then I hit the PGs, and I was like, bro, this is halfway here, bro. You know what I mean? If I can get a PG, there's only so many more steps to go. You're going in the right direction, if you know what I mean. It's all been worth it. Your steps, because like my battles always spark off a chain of reaction. Like Nathan seen me in Chalked Out against Stray. Yeah, bam, cool. He booked me for your event, the Battle Rap Resume one against Marvel. Bam. Tidal seen me in the Battle Rap Resume in the park. Said, yo, I want to battle Crash. Yo, can we battle Crash? And I was like, yeah, I can battle you. Prime Cut. And he was like, no, wait there. He spoke to Bam Bam next to her. He's like, yo, messaging me. Yo, Tidal said you can spit. Do you want to battle? I was like, of course I do, bro. I'll kill Tidal anywhere. Like, and then bam. And then after that battle, Snoop was like, yo, I've seen a couple of your battles. I think he might have seen the Marvel one, because we were talking about the Marvel one. And then he was like, do you want to battle on the PGs? I was like, oh, my days. Do you know what I mean? I always catch the right people's attention that I need to. So.
But I mean, who specifically would you like to be against?
Oh, I don't know. Briz Rothstein's one of my favorite battlers. Someone like Briz. Like, I think if I got URL good, I could just Mike P is someone I like to battle as well. Mike P is dope. But in the end, like the bosses would be man like Arsenal, but they're like they could be unrealistic. I reckon by the time I get there, he'd be done, because he's retired like 8 times anyway. But like I could, if the money was there and the motivation was there, like if Smack said, yo, I'm paying you $5,000, bro, do you know what I mean? I'd book the fuck out of work. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking concentrate, and I reckon I'd have a great battle with one of them, because they're all performance based. Like I don't really like that much UK battle rap compared to, like, I fell out in and out of love with UK battle rap. I only like doing it because everyone else I was watching was doing, like, it was quite boring at one time and it's more talky. I like rapping, which is more performance based. But I never fallen out of love with Smack, like watching them battles there, because they're just consistently always good. Like, even if one person's shit, it's more than likely the other person's sick. when there's bars in there. It's my favorite type of battling, should we say?
Well, we'll close up with a few quick fire questions. The first one being your favorite don't flop battle, Crash.
Jefferson Price versus Unanimous. That battle there is such a sick battle. I don't know why, but when it came out, I was watching loads of times.
Love that battle.
That is a great battle to watch.
Yunan is crazy in that battle. Holy shit.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And I liked Yunan. Watching Don't Flop coming up. I'm not really into politics and this and that. You know when they're I'm not really into that shit. If you're a battle rapper, you're a battle rapper. Everyone got problems in their life. If you choose to expose your war, I don't really give a fuck. If you want battle, let's battle. You know what I mean? Like, obviously there's some shit you can't miss where everyone's bitching about and shit like that, but I'm not really into that. That's why when said, do you want to battle? I was like, bro, I'm just going to use your platform. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just going to battle on stage. I'm not battling you. I don't give a fuck. Like, I just wanted the booking standard.
What about King of the Dot?
I battle on King of the Dot. That's one place I want to go. I like Canada as a country as well. I've done quite, for no reason at all, just researching it. Like, Canada is one of the countries that I want to go to. I always look it up and shit about it like that. So battling there would be the best holiday. Like, you know what I mean?
And what about favorite King?
8 days there.
Yeah. What about favorite King of the Dot battle?
Danny Myers versus Romney.
Oh, I love that battle. Love that battle.
That me and Jake used to share that battle all the time because it's just one of them battles where it's like, where's it? Danny Myers is, but I'll cut you so many pieces. They have to host your funeral on a conveyor belt.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah. The lima bean in a time machine and all that shit. Yeah, that was the first time I saw Danny, actually. And I remember going back and watching his battle. I saw him versus Mr. Mills and shit. And it's just
I think I'd seen his PGs previously, but he didn't pop up. And it was only in that battle that I looked back. Yeah. But shout out to Danny Myers. He gave me a happy birthday last year. I shared it on the forum because I was that gassed.
Oh, word.
Yeah,
I had
I don't know if he watches me or not, but
I mean, Danny's the biggest fucking fan of battle. I had Danny on the show actually a little while ago earlier, and that's one of my favourite episodes. It was a privilege to speak to that guy. I'm such a huge fan of his, and he's such an awesome dude. So, what about your favourite URL battle?
Oh, bro, do you know what? I got so many. I just like URL. Like, there's not. If I had to pick one. Oh, I don't know. Old or new? Do you know what I mean? There's something. What are we watching for? I watch them in all types of moods. When I get angry. I don't know. I like my favorites are easiest. New Jersey Twerk is coming up nice. Shotgun Shug, fucking A-Verb's a killer. Just all of them, bro. They're all sick, bro. But I don't know. The one I'd watch the most is probably Lux versus Cal, just because I like to see this. Like, I know it's like a bait one, but it's like. Lux got bars and Cal's trying to be street, so it's like best of the both sides of battling. Like, you talking smart or you talking street, and it's a good clash between them both.
Who won in your eyes?
Lux
won. Yeah, I think Lux won as well. Yeah,
a beloved. That's when he was at his peak, though.
Yeah,
Lux against Hollow's a better battle, but that's not URL. That's UW. Like, that's another battle that I watch loads because Hollow does beat him, I think.
Yeah, I would say so. That's a great clash, though. That's a fucking great battle. Final two questions, non-battle rap related. What's your favorite? What's your favorite film?
Do you know what? Yeah, I got. Like I said earlier in the show, me and Riff went through so many films, but I'd say newest film, Django. Oldest film, Scarface. They're just originals. I think they're just certified
classics. Classic.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I could list you off all Godfathers, all of them. You know what I mean? Like, I do enjoy films. It's one of my things. Like, I was always into drama in school.
Yeah.
So it's like watching films and that and classics like that. Guys and Dolls is up there though. That's a classic as well.
Yeah. Finally, your favorite musical artist or band that are in no way hip hop related.
Does Graham count as hip hop or no?
I would say just like non-rap.
Non-rap. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck.
Tough question.
Is R&B rap though?
I mean, I guess with this question, I'm more saying like pop, rock, like pop. Yeah.
I mean, Bill Withers, man.
Bill Withers. There we go.
If it's not a grime thing or
yeah.
Or what the fuck's his name, bro? James Brown, that's it.
James Brown. All right.
Just block out songs of Zoot. But yeah, no, James Brown and Bill Withers are my boys. Like if I'm in a jam in work or something, I just chilling. Yeah, I just put up some of them on.
So I guess finally, Crash, how do people get at you, your music, your social media?
Right, so I got music coming out. We'll pen that because it won't be out by the time you put this anyway.
Right.
Because I'm just waiting for the CD to drop. But my Insta is at Simply Crash. My Snapchat is Crash_confirmed. My Facebook's Asher Stevenson. You can find most of my shit on Primecart, or just holler me and I'll send you the link to any videos. Follow my Snapchat. I'm funny as fuck.
Right.
That's it, innit? Like, yeah.
All right, man. Well, yeah. Well, this has been great. I mean, obviously follow Crash on all those platforms. Check out the battles that we've mentioned. Subscribe to BRR, Patreon, iTunes, all that stuff.
It's always a good listen. I always have it on in the background. You know, it's just it's like pointless to some people, but to some people like me who just love battle rap, it's like, that's cool. You get to know about the battlers a bit more. I love background stuff, like hip hop every day and stuff like that. You know what I mean? This is all the background stuff. It's important, I think. Yeah,
no, appreciate it, man, and great to get you finally on the show as well. So, this has been Tom.
Having me, bro.
No, Crash. Thanks again, bro.
No problem. Thanks for having me.